And so outside of that, the key thing is you got to look at the food sources. We kind of went over that. We went over the supplement sources. All right. So with magnesium citrate is a cheaper form. We can do malate. We can do glycinate for magnesium. We can do aspartate. We can do threonate, good for blood brain. We can do Epsom salt. That's a magnesium sulfate. On the calcium side, we can do a calcium lactate or calcium malate's fine. On the sodium side, we're going to do just a good quality sea salt. I'll put some brands down below on Amazon, but I like the Redmond's real salt, the Celtic Himalayan. Make sure it's ground up really nice and fine. Sometimes the big ones, they're just so heavy. You put them in your water, you stir them up, they just sink right to the bottom. So I like the Redmonds because it's fine. They have two. They have the kosher, and then they have the fine ground. You want the fine one because I find when you put it in your water, it's small enough where you stir it up, it'll float, and you can drink it easily. So I like that. And then you could put it on your food as well. Just a pinch, enough to salt it to taste. You can also put a little bit in your water. A pinch as well can be very great. I drink a Topo Chico mineral water during the day when I'm seeing patients. And then I'll typically do RO filtered water during the day, like morning. My coffee will be filtered with that at night. And I have a post filter on my RO. So it does add minerals back in. And I leave a little trace mineral support called Endure. And I'll just put a couple drops in that to get my electrolytes. I also do have a whole house system, which is good. So my RO essentially has most of the junk already filtered out. So it does a better job with it. So if you have RO water, be careful because it will lower the electrolytes in it. So you have to be more, let's say, on top of adding electrolytes in. I always tell patients it's easier to add electrolytes in than pull toxins out. Toxins are much more concerning to me, especially with pesticide runoff, glyphosate. People are, especially with women, they're peeing out their birth control pills or hormones that gets into the water facility, and we're not filtering those out. We're only filtering out microbes and bugs. We're not filtering out hormones. We're not filtering out SSRIs or drugs in the urine. So I get very concerned about that. Now, the good thing is a good activated charcoal filter should take a lot of that out. Now, you also run it through an RO filter, which is a semi-permeable membrane between 3 and 6 stages. Now you get everything out. Like you're 100% good. So just an FYI in that. And you look at that that vinyl chloride spill on that train last month in East Palestine. You can filter out vinyl chloride in just a really good charcoal filter, 95, 98%. And so just FYI, a lot of these plastic compounds, which vinyl chloride is, can easily be filtered out with a good filter. All right, guys, hope that makes sense. So get your adrenals looked at, utilize good food sources first, good stress reduction sources. We can also be on top of adaptogens to kind of help calm the adrenals down. And then we can add in additional electrolyte support products. Again, I'll put the ones that I specifically use with myself and patients down below so you can see.